Okay then, now we've got our timeline in order, we've got our audio, we've got things sort of shaping up to be quite a basic video so far. The next thing we need to look at is transitions. So that's how we move from one scene, whether it's a picture or a video clip, to another. So to do that, we're going to go back to this bottom left panel here. Okay, now mine is on Media Browser. Your screens are a bit bigger, so it might be a bit easier for you to find this, but just now my effects panel was hidden off to the side, so you may have to use this sort of double arrow here to find it. Okay, but basically we're going to go into effects because it's an effect we're going to put onto our timeline, and there are lots of effects. If I scroll up a second, that's what it will look like when you go in here. So you've got lots of different effects: audio transitions, video effects, and video transitions. So we're going to focus just for now on video transitions, which is the bottom option here. If I click in there, there are loads and loads of different pre-built transitions in this software for us. So we've got dissolves, we've got irises, which is where it sort of goes in like an oval or a circular shape, page peels, which can look quite dated, slides, which can look quite nice, wipes, just like in Star Wars, and zooms and so on. If I just go for a simple dissolve, there's not just one dissolve, there's lots of different dissolves. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of them, and what we do is we drag it to the join on our timeline over here. Now this timeline over here is just over 2 minutes long. It's quite zoomed out. Now you might find this quite fiddly to get into the joints between your different clips and images, in which case you can hold Alt on your keyboard and roll the wheel on your mouse over the timeline, and you can actually zoom in a bit so you can see what's going on your screen that bit easier, and you can then scroll across the timeline like that. Okay, so I've not made my video any longer. All I've done is I've zoomed into the timeline to make it a bit easier to see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab one of these dissolves, like so, and drag it to the join in between, and you can see it lights up. That would have been quite fiddly to see on the previous view. So if I drop that on there, you can see it's got that in there. Now if I can test it by dragging the playhead across, or I can just do that. That's not particularly good transition. I'll play it again. Okay, so if you don't like it, click on it, delete it, and pick a different one. So we'll go for it. So it's not a dissolve. We'll have a look at a wipe and see if we can get a Star Wars style to go. Oh, a clock wipe is quite old-fashioned looking. Let's drag that there. There are loads and loads of different transitions in here. I would advise you to have a good look through. It's quite easy to get carried away with the transitions. A good set of transitions will be subtle and won't be annoying to the person watching your video. They shouldn't be distracting. Okay, they should not be the focus. But with that said, have a play around and see what you can come up with. Try and be consistent across your video if you can.